I'm WSA 9 meteorologist Topper Shutt. Big winter storm on Thursday, not a pure snow. No, wouldn't want that. Pretty complicated. We're going to have what's called a kind of a tight gradient between big snows and medium snows. That's because sleet's going to mix in. DC 2 to 4 inches, and I think most of that's going to be sleet, but it'll add up. Trace to 2 inches, La Plata to Fredericksburg south, 4 to 6 Gaithersburg, and maybe northern Fauquier County. Then we get into the bigger amounts because, well, less sleet from Front Royal to Leesburg to Frederick. 6 to 9 inches, essentially 9 to 12 out in the mountains, although there won't be much difference between Romney and Winchester with this particular storm. Okay, winter storm warnings in effect. I think we're going to see more winter weather advisories. Right now, just Calvert County, St. Mary's County. I think they're going to be pulled up to the north a little bit. So a good thumping of snow, 6 a.m. in the morning on Thursday, and then 9 o'clock, good thumping of snow. But you know what? For some folks, it's going to be that 3-hour burst of snow that does all the snow accumulation because it turns to sleet by noon, and heavy activity moves out by lunchtime. But we still have dribs and drabs of light snow or sleet or freezing rain. But the good news is I think west of 95, I don't think we're going to see an ice storm at all. I think the biggest threat for an ice storm would be essentially east of I-95. And even this, I'm not convinced. But some areas, a few of these areas down toward Fredericksburg, maybe as far south as Patuxent River, could have as much as a quarter to a third of an inch of ice. And that would bring down some trees and power lines. European model, still going 3 inches by noon on Thursday and going 4 or 5 inches by Thursday evening. I think that's a little aggressive. I do like the numbers out here, 8, 9, Winchester, Gaithersburg, Frederick. I do like that. American model quicker bringing it in, but this is kind of troubling. Only 9/10 of an inch in D.C., 3 inches elsewhere. So we hope that's not quite the case. Hope it's kind of a blend between the American model and the European model. Ice-wise, the European model a little more aggressive. There's that area of ice. And actually, I kind of agree with this particular area that could have the biggest probability of ice storm. Anything over 0.25 is bad. 0.31 is bad in Fredericksburg. 0.28 in La Plata would bring down some trees and some power lines. The GFS, because of that snow you saw up to the north, has freezing rain further north, but no big ice storm. Less than 1/10 of an inch across the board. That'll put a glaze on things, make it hard to drive, shouldn't cause any power outages. So, heavy snow and or sleet between 6 a.m. and 1 p.m. on Thursday. 85% of our snow and sleet is in that initial burst. Rest of the storm will be kind of drawn out the last 15%. Sleet's going to cut down on the amounts dramatically. Significant icing, mainly I-95 and east. Light snow or a mix overnight Thursday into Friday morning. Just enough to keep roads kind of slick. We're essentially in the event right now, and the models still can't agree. 1 inch to 5 inches. That's for D.C. alone. So timeline, midnight to 6 a.m. on Thursday. Snow breaks out across the DMV. Stay off the roads. Temps below freezing. And then by the time we get into the 6 a.m. to noon hour, that's when the heavy snow changes to or mixes with sleet, except for places like Hagerstown and West. That's why it's all snow out there, and that's why they have bigger amounts. 26 to 31. And then by noon to 6 p.m. on Thursday, snow sleet becomes light, and a little bit of a freezing rain south of town. But again, the best chance right now of any significant icing would be in southern Maryland, east of I-95. And even that does not look like a lock either, which is good. We don't want to be last week's Richmond. 6 p.m. to midnight on Friday, light freezing rain or a mix, far north and west, rain south and east, temperatures 25 to about 33. So again, stay off the roads if you can all day Thursday. And we are looking at that tight gradient. Don't be surprised if you end up with 2 or 3 inches of sleet downtown, but in Frederick, you end up with 6, 7, 8 inches of snow with a little bit of sleet.